Hi, and welcome to Aaron Plays Wordle, playing the weekly Wordles for June 6th to June 12th, 2022. This week's gimmick will be to play Crane and compare our results with WordleBot's. WordleBot plays Crane as its default pick, so we'll be able to compare straight up, at least on our second guesses, for each play. So Crane, not a great pick for today. For second guess, we'll play a couple of the other vowels along with high probability consonants. Hoist. Alright, still not a very good result. I think we guess a U this time, move the O to a new position. Could also pick a word with a Y instead of a U. Glowy, blowy, and flowy. Blowy, glowy, flowy. Are there any words with O and U? It's tough without the O in the second position. Up something. It could be a double O word like flood or blood. Maybe those are better guesses than the flowy, blowy, glowy, which are all kind of suspect words. I guess they're probably on the Wordle solution list. I'm not sure. I guess flood, and it's not it, but has the F. I would know it was flowy, I think. Same with blood and blowy. And I guess glowy. It's not accepting glowy. Okay. I wonder if the other ones are any good. Maybe I just made all those up. Blowy. It does accept blowy. I think this might mean the answer is flood. I'm not going to think about it too much and just do it. Nope. Oh, I missed gloom as a possibility. Anything else? Nope. I don't think so. Alright, well I think I've probably lost today's contest with WordleBot, but let's see how it did. It says my skill was 91, my luck was abysmal, my steps was below average. It thinks a lot of its opening move, says the opening move of a Wordle genius. Crane is my favorite opening word of them all. On average, someone who guesses Crane should only need 2.4 more guesses to solve. Unfortunately for you, this time 263 solutions remained. This is the unluckiest possible outcome for this starting word. It's the second time I've had the unluckiest possible outcome for my starting word. But that leaves us on level pegging with the bot. Hoist says, well done. This is one of the words I would have guessed in this situation. I guess it picked sloth. But it's still giving me a 99 on my pick. My actual solutions left are 8. Its actual solutions left are 4. So it outdid me there. So the average solutions, that's a better thing to look at. The average solutions left for mine were 9.4, and sloth has 8.3. So sloth is a solution better. Blowy, solid choice. You've narrowed it down to 2 possible solutions. It guessed bloom, so it didn't think that great, even though I narrowed it down to 2 possible solutions. Maybe there was some guess I could have made that would have narrowed it down to 1 possible solution. I'm not sure. It also said my luck was bad. It says you had 2 solutions to pick from and you picked the wrong one. This was unlucky. And its pick, it also picked flood. Alright, so it looks like the WordleBot and I tied. Made exactly the same last couple of guesses. It says its pick was flood, my pick was gloom. Then why is it saying its solution was 4 when it shows us having the same 4th pick? It's our same. My 4th pick was flood, its 4th pick was flood. My 5th pick was gloom, which solved it. Its 5th pick was gloom. And yet here it's saying it got it in 4 guesses. Okay, later I figured out that the final page of comparing solutions is just its own picks starting from the beginning and going to the end versus mine starting from the beginning and going to the end. On each of the analysis pages, it's comparing my current pick with what it would have done in that situation. And I figured, for fun, I should keep a running tally comparing my plays to the WordleBot's plays. So on day 1, WordleBot got it in 4, I got it in 5, and it is winning. June 7th. So what is the best follow-up to this with no hits? I guess it's something with S and T in it, kind of like hoist. Something with a D in it might be good too. But let's play hoist. Okay, I picked up the O. Next play, actually sort of similar to yesterday's puzzle, because like flood and blood, a bunch of things ending in Y, could have a U in it. Flowy is in play again, just like yesterday, and glowy, I can't remember, was one of those not really a word? Glowy, flowy. I think flowy might be a good guess. All right, let's try it. Oh, flowy is not a word. I think I did that yesterday. I feel like I've seen flowy used. I guess flowing is really the adjective form there. A flowing gown, not a flowy gown. There is blowy, which I think is what I played yesterday. All right, let's try it. Okay, this does leave flood still in play. Is there anything other than flood it could be? Don't think it can start OLO or ULO. So PLO, don't think so. Oh, gloom was the answer yesterday. Gloom. Is this just the same puzzle as yesterday? Have I somehow not refreshed or something? So gloom and flood. I mean, so far the responses are the same. Yesterday's answer was gloom. Very strange. You had 2 solutions to pick from, and you chose the right one. This was both lucky and a smart. Okay, weird that it was so similar. Apologies, the audio got messed up there for some reason. Both WordleBot and I got flood in 4. I was able to deuce flood because I knew it couldn't be gloom, which was the only other possibility that time. So kind of an extra game situation, knowing that they wouldn't use the same word 2 days in a row, allowed me to solve. June 8th. Okay, that is a good result, but the question is whether to do hard mode or try and eliminate some letters. All right, one thing I'm recognizing about WordleBot's favorite word, crane, is that C and N both appear in many consonant clusters, which I think is maybe what makes it such a powerful word. We've eliminated C and N, so we've also eliminated a lot of consonant clusters that could fit with this, like this can't end in CK, NK, NG, CH, CT, NT. Normally I would do an elimination guess here, but maybe we've eliminated enough consonant clusters to give it a try, though I'm not totally sure about that. But let's say it starts with T, so it can't be track, can't be trank, could be trait, or trail, or tramp, frail. Even though it's eliminated a bunch, there are still plenty of possibilities left, enough that I think it is going to be a better move to play an elimination word. I think we'd like to use G and T, and we'd like to use I for sure. Don't think U is a high probability in this arrangement, so maybe try and use O and I. All right, so if we're just doing it for elimination purposes, maybe toils. The S could be in the final position, because we could have a word like brass or grass. Or how about gilts? I think gilts is a strong play. Yeah, let's play gilts. Okay, so we picked up the T and the I. So it could be trait. So we could have a start like that. Let's see, we've eliminated N already. So I think trait is the only word that goes like that. I don't think it can end in I. If it starts with I, no. So I think the only other possibility would be Is there anything else other than trait that does that? I don't think so. I think we've narrowed it down to trait. I think WordleBot is going to be very pleased with us today. I half suspect it's going to make exactly the same plays. My skill level, 99. My luck, above average. Steps, above average. It, of course, likes Crane as its first play. There's 22 solutions left after the guess. Considers the luck on that to be above average. We did do exactly the same play, which does narrow it down to one solution. So I've played exactly the same as WordleBot, fulfilling my life goal of becoming more bot-like. June 9th. Let's move the R to a new position and pick 4 other high probability letters. How about right? Wow, I guess that makes it girth. Gives me a skill of 86, which is average, above average luck. I would think it would be very above average. My steps was a full point below average. Crane narrowed down to 90 guesses. Yeah, my guess of right was very high luck and left only one solution. Its guess of shout left 3 solutions. It would have gone crane, shout, barge, girth. Ties us up for the week. 1 win each with 2 ties. June 10th. We'll move the E to a new position and use some high probability letters. How about hotel? Or how about like bed? Okay, we're getting there. Piety. Let's see, all the letters are in new positions. All right, it's kind of a hard word for Wordle. Let's see what WordleBot thought about that. Skill, above average. Luck, poor. Steps, about average. There were 127 solutions left after Crane. That's interesting. It picked a double E word for its second guess. I wonder what its thinking is there. I guess it would help nail down the location of the E. So 14 solutions left for me. After Sleet, there was only 1 solution. That is a good guess. Tepid, liked that play. Narrowed it down to 1 solution, which we got. And then, so it's saying that after it plays Sleet, piety is the only possible word left. Bot pulls ahead again. June 11th. Oh, that was a good result. Loose, moose, goose, mouse, louse. All right, so there's a lot of possibilities here that are pretty similar. Question is whether to go for it or make another elimination guess. All right, so if it's moose, loose, goose, and mouse and louse, are there any other possibilities? It can't be cops because we've used the C. It could be douse, D-O-W-S-E. If I made an elimination guess, it would want to contain M, L, G. Gloom might be a good elimination guess. Or mogul. Of course, if I make a guess like mouse, it's going to tell us whether it's moose or louse. I will get into a little bit of trouble if it's goose, douse. So let's say worst case, the answer is douse, and I guess mouse. And the U isn't there, you might think it's loose or goose. So I take another guess on one of those. And that should narrow it down to 1. Now it'll narrow it down to 2, probably. An elimination guess probably gets me there in 4, but maybe not necessarily. I think it could still take 5. So I think it's best to just guess mouse or louse and go from there. Okay, so it is not louse. It'd still be goose or loose or douse. Don't think it matters which of those I guess. I mean, I guess I should guess loose or goose. But I think I narrow it down regardless. If I guess douse, then I don't narrow it down if it's not douse. Of course, it could be something I haven't thought of yet. I think. Okay, so we lucked out on a 1 out of 3 there. Let's see what WordleBot thinks. Skill, a little above average. Luck, a little below average. And it did a little better than average on the guess. All right, I'm just looking at this. So for best plays, it has 4. Trace, slant, crate, slate, and crane. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so maybe in upcoming weeks I'll try the other ones. So there were 102 solutions left after the guess of crane. Normally there's 78. So a little bit unlucky. So it liked toils. My guess cut the number of remaining solutions to 6. Toils is a better guess than hoist. I have been using hoist as my guess, but it has preferred something that contains L, like it often picks sloth as its second guess. Picking toils here. In this case, they were pretty comparable. My guess left 6. The bot's guess left 5 solutions. My guess eliminated 3 words. Looms would have gotten it down to 1. Yeah, it wanted to do an elimination guess, looms. I didn't think of that one, probably because it ends in S. On the other hand, looms has no chance of hitting it, which must have some value. And then I lucked out on my 1 in 3 chance. And that's the same guess it would have made. With a tie, June 12th. We'll move the A to a new position and guess some other high probability letters. I don't love making plays that don't have a chance of being it, but I think that might be the best play. Alright, that's pretty good. Maybe this ends in AL. How about TAL? And the other vowel would need to be O or U. Are there any words like that? Nope. How about that? No. So that isn't how it is. Alright, I'm having trouble finding any words that fit this. For this, which if it's the right word is great, but if it's not, you've guessed 2 L's, so you won't have eliminated very much. But it does move all the yellow letters into new positions, so it should give us a lot more information. Maybe that's it, since I can't think of anything else. Let's play it. Nope. Oh, I didn't think of that. So it's float or bloat or gloat. Yeah, I should have thought of OA. All right. I think those are the only 3, and so now I just, I could try an elimination guess, but it's not going to be much better than just guessing it. So let's just guess it. All right, we lucked out. I don't think WordleBot is going to be too impressed with me today. Saying my overall skill was pretty good. My luck was poor, and I did about average. 133 solutions after the first guess. Tails would have been one of my top picks. It would have picked toils. Tails has an average number of solutions of 6.2 afterwards, whereas toils is a little better. In both cases, there are 5 solutions left. A lot, a solid choice. Narrowed it down to 3 possible solutions. And then it would have picked float, which I might have actually picked as well if I recognized the OA vowel combination there. And then I lucked out and hit it. And I guess it took it 5, it took me 4 because I got lucky and it didn't. So that tied me up with the bot for the week. We each have 2 wins and 3 ties. Next week I'll try another of its favorite starting words and we'll joust again.